Snow fell softly outside the small roadside diner, wrapping the streets in silence as Christmas Eve crept closer. Inside, the diner was warm but nearly empty, lit by flickering yellow bulbs and a cheap plastic Christmas tree blinking in tired colors. Anna, a young waitress with worn shoes and tired eyes, wiped the counter slowly, counting the minutes until her shift ended. She hadn't eaten all day, saving the little money she earned to buy medicine for her sick mother back home. Christmas meant nothing to her this year except survival. That was when the bell above the door rang and an elderly couple stepped inside, shaking snow from their coats. They looked fragile, their clothes old and patched, their hands trembling from the cold. They hesitated before sitting, as if afraid they didn't belong. Anna approached them with a gentle smile, the kind that came from the heart, not training. She handed them menus, but the old man barely glanced at it before whispering that they would just order tea. Anna noticed how the woman's hands shook as she wrapped them around the warm cup, and how the man kept glancing at the prices on the wall with worry etched into his face. Something in Anna's chest tightened. She knew that look, the look of hunger hidden behind pride. When she returned to the kitchen, she stared at the leftover turkey platter meant to be thrown away after closing. Without thinking, she loaded 2 full plates, added fresh bread, and placed them gently in front of the couple. The old man's eyes widened in shock. He tried to protest, insisting they hadn't ordered food and couldn't pay. Anna leaned closer and whispered, "It's Christmas Eve, please. Let me do this." Tears filled the old woman's eyes as she folded her hands in prayer before eating. They ate slowly, savoring every bite like it was a miracle. Other customers watched quietly. No one knew that Anna had just given away her own dinner. As they finished, the man reached into his pocket and pulled out a few crumpled bills. Apologizing again, Anna shook her head firmly and wished them a Merry Christmas. As the couple stood to leave, the old man turned back, studying Anna's face as if memorizing it. "Young lady," he said softly, "your kindness tonight will come back to you in ways you cannot imagine." Anna smiled politely, not realizing those words would soon change her life forever. If this story touched your heart even a little, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because stories like this remind us that kindness still exists. The next morning, Christmas Day arrived with golden sunlight melting the snow outside the diner. Anna returned for an early shift, exhausted but peaceful. Feeding that couple had made her feel warmer than any meal ever could. Just before noon, several black luxury cars pulled into the parking lot, drawing confused stares from customers and staff alike. Men in elegant coats stepped out, followed by the same elderly couple, except now they stood taller, dressed sharply, confidence replacing fragility. The manager rushed out, panicked, unsure what was happening. The old man entered the diner and asked calmly for Anna. When she stepped forward, her hands shaking, he smiled warmly. That was when he introduced himself, a global business tycoon who, along with his wife, owned hotel chains, banks, and charities across continents. They had come disguised the night before, searching not for food, but for humanity. He told everyone how Anna had fed them without expecting anything in return, how she chose compassion over comfort. The diner fell silent as he announced that he had bought the entire building and would turn it into a fully funded community restaurant, with Anna as its manager and part owner. Anna broke down in tears as the old woman hugged her tightly. Her mother's medical bills were paid that same day. A scholarship fund was created in Anna's name to support struggling workers. Cameras later arrived, but Anna never asked for fame. She simply smiled and said, "I just didn't want them to be hungry on Christmas." The billionaire ended his speech with words that echoed through the room. "Empires are built with money, but legacies are built with kindness." As the diner filled with applause, Anna realized that one small act had rewritten her destiny. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful, true-to-life stories that restore faith in humanity. Christmas morning arrived quietly, as if the world itself was holding its breath. The diner looked the same from the outside: faded paint, a flickering open sign, and snow piled against the windows. But inside, something felt different. Anna stepped in early, her body exhausted, yet her heart strangely light. She kept thinking about the old couple from the night before, their trembling hands, the way the woman had smiled while eating, as though tasting hope itself. Anna didn't know why she couldn't forget them, but she felt certain that feeding them had been the most meaningful thing she had done all year. Round noon, the sound of engines broke the calm, when by one, sleek black luxury cars rolled into the parking lot, their polished surfaces reflecting the winter sun. Customers froze mid-bite. The manager rushed to the window, his face draining of color. People whispered. This kind of attention never came to a place like this. The doors opened, and several well-dressed men stepped inside, scanning the room carefully. Then slowly the elderly couple entered. Anna almost didn't recognize them. The same man and woman stood before her, but now they wore elegant coats, their posture confident, their eyes sharp yet warm. The old woman smiled first, her gaze locking onto Anna. The old man followed, walking straight toward her with steady steps. The entire diner went silent. He gently took off his gloves and spoke in a calm, powerful voice that carried through the room. "We came here last night cold, hungry, and invisible," he said. "Not because we had no money, but because we wanted to see how people treat those who have nothing.